What's up, guys? I got a great breakthrough session with a good friend of mine, Al, with the Painting Bees, and we're going to discuss business. He owns a insurance agency along with the painting business. So, balancing the dynamic, trying to create systems. A lot of us, have trouble creating systems when even just the painting business is the only thing we have. This guy's got two businesses, and we're going to dive into some of the things that come along with running two businesses, creating systems in the painting business. So this is a great conversation, and I'm excited to share it with you. Welcome to the Trade Thrive Breakthrough Series. In these episodes, you're going to find contractors just like you dealing with real life, real world, real business problems. I'm going to help contractors break through the barriers that are stopping them from growth. In these episodes, you're going to find that these same problems that you're dealing with in your business are the same ones that other contractors are dealing with as well, and we're going to get to the bottom of them. So tune in and get excited because the Breakthrough Series is happening now. About that. All right, welcome everybody to the Business Breakthrough. I got my buddy Al here with the Painting Bees, also the owner of an insurance company, which is really interesting. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about that. He reached out. I know a little bit about his business, but we're going to get into some of the details. Al, go ahead, take it from here, man. Just tell me what the day-to-day looks like in the painting business, and we'll just dive into what's going on, where you're at, where you want to be, and we'll start there.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. So painting, man, it's fun. I love it. I love painting because it's an art. You really get to show the quality of the work and kind of the person that you are when you're painting, right? So today, where we're at, I have six employees, about 4 full-time guys and 2 part-time guys. We're really running about 2 projects a week right now consistently, and we're about a year and a half into business.
Great.
So we launched the Painting Bees, what was it, April 2019, so just last year.
Yeah.
And we were able to do some good stuff. And we're today, up until where we're at, we basically have doubled the business from last year.
Great.
And next year we're trying to triple it. So
Yeah.
we're
guys, I forgot. I can't remember. Is this a franchise?
no, we're not a franchise. Okay. So I'm just I'm sole LLC member. Right. We're just an LLC, so it's just a one company. And so right now, where we're at is, I got great guys. We spent the time, and we're like family. We all work together, and we're a hive, right? We're a hive mentality. We all know what's going on.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, my 4 full-time guys, you can say they're all job site managers. They're all, anything can kind of happen. You can give them anything, and they're the ones, they'll get it done.
So they run each crew?
I'm sorry?
They run each crew? So you have 2 guys at the top that take care of it?
Yeah, so basically I have 2 crews. I have 2 crews, and in each crew there is only one job site manager, but each of them can basically handle their own, day, and they're all job site managers. There's only basically 2 main guys that I usually call every day, make sure we stay every day. And so kind of where I am at myself for my business, I'm the project manager. I'm the I'm the one who oversees the projects. I do the scheduling, the booking, the sales, the appointment setting, and the day-to-day operations. What's going on, the quality control of our business. I have been able to be out of the brush really since I started the Painting Bees. That was my mentality, was to hire people, teach them, and grow them, and have them, not have myself be the labor force intensive person. And I know that because I had back surgery, so that's why my mentality was different.
Good.
I did spend some time to teach and grow every single one of my guys, so that I know that the quality is there, because I taught them, and then they developed on their own.
Sure.
We teach the fundamentals, and you let your guys grow, right?
Right.
But yeah, right now I think our biggest thing is trying to take the next level with continuing to grow ourselves more than anything in our crews. The only way that we keep on growing is to get more crews. Right now we run 2. One of my guys in particular right now has already started developing the sales part. I've taken him out to go do estimates. He's starting to understand how we do our numbers, how we get our estimates, and present bids.
Right.
I want him to continue to develop, because my plan is for him to eventually, or even actually like 3 or these 4 guys that I have right now, my plan is to actually essentially have them be, junior project managers / job site managers next year, where each of them can go ahead and have one crew.
So do you work in teams of 2 and you got these part-time guys you kind of call on when you need a team of 3? Is that how you do it?
For the most part, we do like working groups of 2 or 3. My part-time guys, for the most part, can stay pretty consistent, going around 30 hours a week. My full-time guys definitely reach their 40 hours a week. And the way that I see it is, because
So you're doing 2 jobs a week?
2 jobs a week.
The whole week for both crews, 2 jobs. So each crew gets 1 job for the whole week.
Yeah.
So you're generating, I would say, give or take, between 5,000 and 8,000 a week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's
considered, well, that that you could do the same amount if you actually put all 4 guys together, right?
Yeah, that is.
You can actually do the same amount. And I'm coming from my position of having a team of 4. So I'm just trying to make sure I understand the financials and the dynamic, and it makes sense in a way because your jobs are taking way longer, right? But you're also, but the scheduling is, you don't have as much pressure on the scheduling, because if you did 1 crew, then you know that they got to get out of there to do the next job. So you block it out Monday, Tuesday for the smaller job, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for the bigger job, right?
Right.
Okay. All right, I'm going. I just want to make sure I'm following. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, right. So let me see how do we have it?
So I'm looking at, so let me kind of just start, make sure that we just get the dynamic straight. You have 4 guys. Okay. And I know that if you're that growth type of boss, that is the number one way to actually motivate people is through personal development. Okay. You can't really motivate them much by money. After so long, money kind of dries out. If you motivate them with bonuses, eventually they're going to start doing things for a bonus. So the best way to actually incentivize people is randomly. So, I mean, the third way is just through personal development, is to help people understand that there is growth opportunity within your business. You have to be careful because there's only so much growth that can really happen in a painting business. Okay. You're taking on an admin role right now, and you're running around doing estimates too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of your time is taken up throughout the day doing estimates. And you're also doing booking, scheduling appointments. So you're where I was probably about 9 months ago. Okay. I was actually in the car doing all the estimates. I had 2 teams of 4, and the amount of the teammates don't matter. You're keeping 2 jobs going at the same time. Right. I would seriously think about having 4 guys on a job, specifically because of what your focus for the way that you motivate your team is personal development. And the reason why is because it's a lot more fulfilling and in terms of morale to be in charge of 3 other people on a job site than it is to just have the guy who doesn't really talk much and just does his work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's not that teacher student atmosphere. Also, in terms of your brand, being able to use that as a selling point is huge. 90% of painting companies do 2 people, 3 people. When you come in and say, hey, we do 4 people to just get in and get out without compromising quality. Okay. So that's a dynamic that you can actually create today with the 4 guys you have. Just try it and see if it, business is all about testing before you expand. You want to get the system to where it's packaged, and then from there, duplicate it. So go back to what you were saying about kind of the direction of things. And I just wanted to kind of hit on some of those things that I heard so far.
Yeah, I mean, you're totally right. We've had situations where I've just put all 4 of them in one job site, and it's been fabulous. They get it done.
Right. It's like a team. It's like a game, bro. It works that way.
Yeah, and especially, and it's definitely a mindset, right? Sometimes of not wanting to jump ahead because things get ahead. Weather comes into play, and then you're like, oh crap, we got to get the other job started. Things like that. Right now, as a matter of fact, today, right now we still have 7 projects. You talk about the weather where I am at, it's freezing already. We had our first cold front. We got 7 exterior projects. I usually, you're talking about 2-3 weeks. So we're trying to get that all done within these next 2 weeks because it's ridiculous. We got a lot. Right. So what we're doing is trying to just have 4 guys on the crew. moving forward right now to kind of just get everything done as soon as possible.
What's stopping you from making those part-time guys full-time? Anything?
I think really just one of my part-time guys has a little bit of disability. He can't really be up and down on ladders fully. He's my younger brother, so that's why I have him and I'm helping him out.
Sure.
So that's like we kind of just keep him, because it's just the timing of what he does. He can't really stay full
Yeah,
time.
So who's the other guy?
The other guy is one of my. We just recently hired him about 2 weeks ago,
right?
And he's one of my job site managers' younger sibling, and we're just hiring him part time because he works full time at FedEx overnight.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then he gets out in the morning and he wants to work, but we really give him as many hours as we have him. If we need him the entire day, we working.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why he's a part-time guy, because he can't spray, he can't do certain things yet, right? So we have him when we do need him, but we keep him entirely busy when we do.
Gotcha.
And then my other 4 guys stay busy every single day.
Okay. So looking at it from the big picture, and really, again, if your goal is to expand and grow, so so like one of the major things like that you're gonna, the challenge, of course, is like how can we get more sales to keep production busy, to keep, and then marketing to get us to sales. Like it's the balance that you're dealing with right now. So let me just first like paint a picture for you. You tell me if it works, right? So you have, and when I talk about the other 2 guys, all I'm thinking of are placeholders. Okay. Can you fully keep 6 guys busy? Well, what's 6 divided by 2? 3. So let's see how you can keep 2 crews of 3 busy first, instead of just jumping to 4. You already have 2 crews of 3. See the timing. You have to like learn that system of like, okay, how many days is this team going to take? And I think like, you're going in the right direction with like wanting your head guy to do estimates. Is that kind of what you promised him?
Yeah, he's starting to do estimates. One of my head guys is starting to do estimates.
Have you thought about what to pay this person to do estimates? Is it like a commission structure?
It's probably going to be a commission structure.
Okay, let me stop you there. There's no room for commission on a 2-crew paint business, dude. There's no room for it. What are you going to give him? 7 to 10% of a deal that you marketed, you found, you're going to follow up with, and if he doesn't close the deal, you're going to sell the job for him. Okay, It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. So here's the position that you need to create. And I ran into this, so I'm going to tell you the position, okay? If he's your head guy and he's the guy that you can give the key to and say, dude, you make sure everything's going well. This is a supervisor, okay? So you have a supervisor and you have 2 project managers underneath the supervisor. Now you might think, well, the supervisor, what is his responsibility? He's your filler, okay? He's essentially going to be keeping the tempo of the projects going when, you can tell that they're dragging behind a little bit. Okay. So he's like the guy that, hey man, I need you to go to, Jose's job to make sure that they finish today at 3. You're going to start there. Like he's you in a very limited capacity. Okay. So you're thinking, well, what about the estimates? Let me tell you something, man. Estimates can be done with a company with a reputation like yours and you on the phone, the selling can still be done without you physically being present. You're already getting ready to risk that with having him go out there. He probably has no sales experience. So does he?
No, he has some. He's a great kid. He's a great kid. Yeah, he's a great kid. He's got good.
You're already ahead of the game. But here's the role that you need to create is that he's not going there to sell. He's going there to estimate. And and he needs to go there to he's going to do 3 things. The first thing he's going to do is educate the customer. Okay, that's number 1. He's there to educate on why they need to hire the painting bees. Okay. Number 2, he's going to inform. He's going to inform the customer on the differences between the painting bees and the other guys. Okay. So first he's going to, go in there and explain your processes and educate about all the things you guys do. Then he's going to inform about the differences. And the third thing he needs to do is actually perform the estimate, which is, so he's going to educate, inform, and estimate. Those are his 3 things. And he's going to go there and he's going to take pictures and he's going to take measurements and he's going to leave the customer with a really good feeling. Okay. That's all they care about. When we start up a business, do we want to be in there writing down that number, closing the deal, of course, that's like a startup mentality, but eventually that plateaus to where we have to work smart. So you have now a role where he's going to be going to all your estimates for you. You provide him a car if he needs one. You provide him gas if he needs one. I mean, this is small money compared to what your commission was going to be.
Oh yeah.
You know, at the pace that you're going. And then you create an easy way for him to upload photos, and then you're sitting in the office reviewing the photos. As soon as he uploads those photos, you can call the customer and say, hey, I just wanted to make sure that John did a great job. Did he answer all your questions? And then from there, you just continue where he left off, you know? And then from there, that's when you, okay, great. I'm going to send over your quote. If you have any questions, let us know. And then from there, you know, it's right where it would have been if you would have gave the estimate and left. Cause now you're you know, at the end of the day, your closing ratio is probably between 25 to 35% in person. So that means 70% of the time you're doing just that. Take your chances and save yourself a bunch of time, you know? Yeah. So what's he getting paid hourly?
He's getting, he just got bumped up to 18.
Great. So this promotion, okay, is worth 20, because now he's in a position where, number one, he doesn't have the pressure to sell, which you don't want to give your guys. Because if he's commission based, that means that you're going to feel the pressure to make sure that he has estimates and opportunities. And it's so much easier this way. And number two, you don't have the pressure to pay out these big commissions. Now, remember, commissions normally need to be paid out the week that they're sold. Okay. So there goes the deposit. That's your cash flow. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of creates this cycle of like, you know, where's the money? And you paid out $2,000 in commission already, and the jobs are staggered out until, you know, the following months. You know what I'm saying? It's going to keep doing that every single month, because he's going to need to sell. And then, you know, and then that means that you got to hurry up and find another crew. And it's just crazy, right? So there's no reason to have a commission salesperson at all. No reason.
And we've done some things now where, some of the estimates that started coming in lately, I just send him. We got to the point where he can get some number. He can basically get my measurements, and just as he talked about, we go through our process, our sales, you know, processes, getting there, you know, building that report with the client, talking to him about our processes and why we're different, educating them on the products that we use, and then just and then our measurements. You know, we do first walk around and second walk around.
So your job is to create the systems, and I want to ask you, do you have a structured system for him to follow, or is it kind of just him from what he's watched you do to do it?
It's been more verbal and what we've done together than
let me
give you
that structure. So essentially, you know, you want to make sure, and I'll tell you kind of what I do with my supervisor, because I have this system in my business and it's working great. And essentially what it is number one, we want to know, and it's the same sales process that you've maybe heard me teach, is number one, why are you there? What is the motivation? And then it'll be like, you know, oh, well, they're moving. So you need to know that. So when you call them, you can say, oh, congratulations on the new house. You know what I'm saying? You can build that rapport. Number two, you know, have you chosen colors? Number three, when do you want the job done? So those are your pre-qualifiers. And then once you get into the actual scope of the project, you know, you first, obviously you want to get the scope of what they asked for. And then next, what you recommended. So you want to encourage him to be upselling. Okay. So what upsells are available that they didn't seem interested in, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we have upsells.
And I love that, because because I've gone to where I understand that, but we need to write it down and create that process written, because that's what we go over in person. Right. When I'm there and talking to him and we're going over themes, or like, this is what we need to talk about. You know, have you chosen the color? You know, if we do samples, so we talk about that, especially if they're darker colors, well, we're going to upsell. You know, he's talking to me about like, do you always recommend? Do you always try to upsell? Well, it's like, well, yeah, I'm not going to come back here and, you know, 2 years later and it's faded, right? Things like that. So we talk about colors and upselling. You know, if it's going to be a lighter color, okay, super big might be great, you know, but they're looking for a really dark color. Let's try to push it for emerald. You know, doors, trims, making sure you have enamels, urethanes, things like that. So that's what we're doing, and now we got to continue to build it for sure.
Yeah, and using programs, we use Trello. So Trello's free, and it's an easy way for him to upload photos into a card, and then you can actually have him type in his answers to your little questionnaire that you have. Keeps everything super organized, so we use that. But that's
what's the name of that app?
What's that? Yeah, it's an app. It's free, and it's on the
what's it called? I'm sorry?
What's that?
What's it called?
Trello, Trello, and it's cloud based, so he could just take the pictures, put them all in there for you, put the measurements. Super easy. That's what we've been using. It's great, phenomenal, and we actually use that for our project management too. So once that job turns into a job, my project managers can access that and then see the scope of work, and it's just super easy.
That brings up another point. Some of our recent struggles has been the communication, making sure we're all on the same page. What's going on when I estimated the jobs, what the guys are doing, what's not getting done. So we've developed things like, okay, we're getting pictures when we pressure wash, things like that. But that app like Trello is going to be something that'd be great to just keep everything organized in there.
Right. Definitely, man. Definitely. And that's the key, man. If once you get past that 2 crew threshold where you have 3 jobs running, his role is going to be maximized. So it's good to get him in that role, even with just 2 crews, and supplementing his time with these estimates and filling in for the jobs that need to be paced. So when you have 3 crews, his whole day is just going, making sure paint's there, going and making sure this is there, having them do inventory on your vans. Like, your job is to think of everything that you do and take whatever you can give to him and give it to him,
Yeah.
And then eventually you get to a point where you have someone answering the phones and then doing scheduling and then doing all these things. Like, that's just another level. But I don't think you need to do all that until this is down pat.
Right.
Exactly. Where's your jobs coming from? Where are you getting those?
We get them through referrals.
Okay.
We get them through internet, really, and that's really that's going to be our biggest thing. We get our leads from internet and referrals.
Okay.
I did in the beginning, I did the work to kind of just get us on social media, get us up and running, and our phone just rings now. Our phone rings by people looking us on Google, our reviews that we've gotten.
So let me ask you this. So what's stopping you from doing more than 2 jobs in a week? I mean, because you're really not maximizing at all. There's not enough for you. I mean, there's really not. I mean, if you think about it, your labor cost is probably between 2 to 25 to 3 grand. Your paint cost is 17% of your sales, usually between 17 and 20%. So if you're doing 7 grand, you're at about 1,500. So that's 4,500. Then business expenses. I mean, you're probably only clearing about 800 to 1,000 a week in net profit.
Yeah, man. That's if everything's online and nothing gets over budget. So yeah.
You're only making like 3 to 4 grand a month at this pace with these jobs going the way that they're going, and it's like you need to your job as a business owner is maximize. Maximize, because if you took your jobs that you have waiting and you said, you know what, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to put my 2 best, just for right now, because I know your brother's kind of like a wild card in terms of being able to bring him in. But if you put your 2 best guys and make a crew of that 2, and then you put 2 of the other good guys and then that 1 part-timer from FedEx, and just say, now we're going to run 2 jobs at a time. Now that they can get 2 jobs done in a week, your 3-man crew, and now you're doing 3 jobs in a week until you can fill that role. Does that make sense?
Right. And I'm not sure if I was, if I wasn't clear, I guess, earlier, but that's what we do. My 2-man crews start Monday through Friday, and they're both on different projects Monday. Right. That's what we've been doing. I think, it's, I think where it comes down to continue to grow and take on more, I don't want to get it overwhelmed, because at the moment I feel that's a lot of the big responsibilities are on myself. And that's what I'm here for, right? Because I want to be able to continue to grow my project manager. My job site manager that I have into, that supervisor role. He's expressed to me how he wants to continue to grow too. And he wants to get out of the brush and be able to help, manage and run crews.
Well, I get that. Like, you're thinking this is like when you get to 3 jobs at a time, to you, that's like, whoa, okay. We're in the same boat. I have only 2 jobs going every day. That's it, 2 jobs. But my company consistently does 14 to 20,000 in a week, as opposed to your company doing 5 to 7. Why is that? Well, because each crew has 4 guys. Okay. So each crew can do 2, sometimes 3 jobs in a week because of how staffed we are and how fast we can get it done. That was me maximizing those crews. So it's like right now, like that's the difference. I'm not any more overwhelmed than you are, besides the fact that I just need more jobs. That's it.
Yeah. And I think and I think big picture, I need to hire, I need to hire. And I think sometimes my thing is, what's going to start getting, it's winter is going to start, our last year winter, first year in business was horrible, but I mean, that was our first year. Our reputation now compared the way our phone rings is different.
Yeah. But either way, it doesn't matter. You're still keeping two crews busy. So nothing's going to change. All that's going to change again is your labor cost is going to go up per job, but the job times are going to get shortened. So it's going to balance out. And the benefit is that you're able to do another job for that crew in a week. Your crews right now, if you had 4 guys working full time, should be at least able to do 2 jobs in a week each. So that's 4 jobs. And if each job is average 3,500, which is about, that's about right for a 2-day job. You look at it on a daily basis, it should be with 4 guys between 1,400 and 1,800 in gross revenue per day based on your costs. Okay. So 2 days is 3,600, 40, that's like 4,800, whatever the math comes out to be. So again, you want to hit $7,000 for that should be the benchmark for each crew is $7,000 in a week in gross revenue. Okay. That means that the other crew should be doing $7,000. That's bottom line. That's 14,000 in a week. Mm-hmm. Now you're making money, and I don't know how good the insurance business is doing, but is it doing better than the painting business?
Costs are way different for sure as far as expenses, right? My expenses are basically rent and my new sales customer service representative that I got. But so it's all both a mix, I guess. But on the insurance side,
I just want to know straightforward: are you making more money doing insurance or more money doing painting?
More money making insurance at the moment, yeah.
At the moment, okay. Now, if you brought in at least $3,000 to $4,000 in a week with painting, would that outdo insurance?
Oh yeah.
Okay. It would. So my thing is that I'd pick one. Be honest with you. I mean, you're not going to have much time. I mean, if you grow this, for me personally, and this is just my goals and my business, you got to look at what makes sense. It's nice to have the recurring income that insurance can bring. And I'm sure that's part of why you're doing it. Unless are you just doing final expense or?
No, I'm doing everything. I'm doing, we're a full service. Yeah. Home, auto, life and health.
So is this kind of is that in the ball game to actually leave insurance if your painting company explodes?
It's hard, man. I don't know, right? Because the relationships that I've had that I've actually kind of, I guess you say where I'm at right now with the commitments and with, the people is what, to just leave. But I mean,
who you doing it? Who you doing it for? You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm doing it for myself for sure. Right. I want to build a business, and obviously when I first look at this and the opportunity to be an agent, it's because of obviously the financial growth to be able to build something for myself and my family, and I see the opportunity in it as well, especially more the cost side. But I mean, it's that's why I run my painting business as well, because I know what I have in that painting business and what I can do.
Yeah, so we got to automate one of them. You got to replace yourself in one of them, because you can't be fully present in either one right now, because if you went all in on the insurance business, your insurance business would explode. If you were at networking events, if you were pushing insurance, if you were knocking doors, bro, if you had a door knocking unit and team that went out there. I played the game of insurance. I know how it can explode, but it's directly in proportion to your effort. That's insurance. The more people that know you and the more book of business that you have, the more money that you're going to make.
It is, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's how it is. It's the numbers. That's how it is in insurance.
But what sucks about insurance is unless you have a brand, you're completely tied to the customer. You have to do the service. Does that make sense? Unless the brand is I know that brand, I'm going to go with that brand, and anyone underneath that brand can service me because I trust that brand. From now on forward, you're going to be completely tied to the customer, which takes away your time. Which your time is the most valuable asset you have. So with your painting business, you've built a brand. The painting people who are getting their house painted don't need to get it painted by you. Okay,
Right.
which is way more valuable than you serving people with insurance, having to be served by you, sitting there filling out the application, sitting on the phone. Like all this time could be spent blowing up a painting business to the point where it's good, and then insurance might be an option. That's just my opinion of the
Right.
situation, because you asked about growth on both, and I'm
Yeah.
saying
Appreciate it,
that,
man.
I mean, my opinion is like maximize the painting business first, just to see where you come in at financially. And then when you have the resources, you can hire people to do everything within the painting business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
I mean, looking at it from the kind of advice that I gave you, just thinking about what's the next step for you today? Like, is this something that you'd consider filling in those holes in your business, hiring, getting on that hiring?
Yeah, I think hiring is going to be a big thing right off the bat, because I do, I'm just with the weather that is turning here. I want to get these projects done, and then we need to market for interiors. We have at the moment we have no interior projects for our coming winter times, and
That's worrisome.
I'm sorry.
That's worrisome.
Yeah, that's worrisome right there, right? Especially with hiring
So
people.
your marketing strategy is pretty much, it's called luck.
At the moment, because
that's a really bad marketing strategy, especially if you have winter. Okay, it's a horrible marketing strategy. It's actually you're lining yourself up for another very hard winter. Last year you said was tough, right?
yeah,
Okay, so you're at a point now where you want to grow, and you have no plan yet for how winter's going to affect your business.
right.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. What do you think? What do you think I'm going to say?
How what am I doing? So what am I?
I'm going to tell you need to buy leads. I'm going to tell you right now that you need to get with Home Advisor, whoever, I don't care if it's Home Advisor, if it's Thumbtack, Angie's List, you need to market to only accept interior leads. For the next, like I'm talking, it's 1:00 today. You should be on the phone with them at 2:00, and you need to buy as many interior leads as it lets you buy. You need to set whatever spending parameters. This is an investment for the sustainability of your business. And to me, that's a great investment. Put it on a credit card for these leads. It doesn't matter, because ultimately you have to understand that maybe 3 out of 10 leads are actually going to turn into closed business with paid leads. So ultimately though, those 3 leads could be $12,000 to $15,000 in revenue. Okay. So just then and there, you have to understand that you're going to get your money back, and it might actually get into the bank in 2 months from now. But the goal for any company that goes through winters like this is sustainability until you hit the money months. And if you can learn how to do that year after year after year after year, you're going to be a powerhouse. And then you teach it. If you expand your business, if you become a franchise, that's exactly the methodology you're going to have. Is okay, it's October 25th. We have to dump 10 grand from now into the end of December into paid leads that only give us interior leads.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the only way you're going to do it. You need targeted leads. You can't just wait for the phone to ring.
Yeah.
It's worth it, and I think that you're going to be able to offset that by hiring. Like you can make magic happen within the next 3 weeks with 7 jobs on your schedule right now. I already see it. If I were in your position, if I switched spots with you, dude, if I came to California and I'm like, dude, let me.
I'm in Washington.
For Washington, that's right. I always say that.
Yeah.
So if I was in Washington and I came up there and I was like, bro, let's make a change right now. The first thing I would do is get 2 guys, hire them between $10 to $14 an hour as helpers. Okay. You're just placeholding right now. Placeholding. I would take I would think about my crews. I'd say, okay, who are going to be my 2? And if you keep them 2 and 2, do you feel like changing them, or are they good as they are?
No, I want to go 4. Because that's how we've kind of had it before. We've done the little mix of 2.
No. I was talking about the 2 guys that are running crews together. They're working together. Are they good together, or do you think a switch would be better?
Oh no, they're good together.
They're good. So you got to put someone under that one, put someone under that one. Okay. And now you have these 3. Now, if you have 2 crews of 3, you should be able to do 3 jobs in a week. My opinion. I mean, because the jobs are going to get done faster. And even if both guys, watch this, even if both crews knock out both their jobs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and that last job starts on Friday, what do? you put all 6 guys on that last job to maximize your gross revenue. You know what I'm saying? And then once you get to 4, that's when things will level out, for each one. But I can't expect you to find 4 solid helpers within the next 3 weeks, but at least just get that 3rd job done in a week's time, and that's going to make the difference. Even if, ready for this, like the 2 crews start, Monday, Tuesday, and then on Thursday, only 1 guy needs to go to finish it up. Okay. And then his other 2 start the next one. You're going to have to jockey everyone around. But if you can fit 3 jobs in a week, it's going to open up. It's going to be like, oh, okay, now I got it. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, you're going to see way more money coming in.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But Home Advisor, whoever, have you signed up with Home Advisor yet or no?
No, I haven't. They're always calling me.
I mean, they're solid, dude. I mean, everyone hates them, but I mean, they send great leads. People that are ready to go, man. Ready to go. Some people won't be. I mean, don't expect, like I said, out of 10 leads, expect 3. Anything more than that, set up a remarketing campaign or just keep them in your database. Eventually they'll convert, but you're going to get 3 people that want an estimate quickly, and that's how it goes.
Cool. Awesome, man.
So what do you think, man? Did you have anything else that's outstanding, bro? I mean, I think we covered a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we covered a lot of stuff right now.
Excited for you.
Yeah, thank you, man. It's honestly, when it comes down to it, I'm in a crossroads right now for sure where, I want to continue to build my businesses. I have the insurance and I have the painting bees, and they're both doing okay, but, I want them to do better than okay. And it's about really starting to build those systems, those processes, and what we're going to do so that, one of the guys that I have.
You know how you build businesses? Like, very straightforward. People.
Yeah.
People, man. The more people you have and your ability to place those people in profitable positions, which not only is just money, but more so for them in terms of personal development and their ability to feel like they're thriving. From there, that's when you're going to start to see growth. So that person that you have that you're already thinking about making him this salesperson, bro, outline what this plan is for him and say, look, this is what I want you to run crews because you know the job so well, but I also want you to feel like you're the supervisor, and I want people to know you as the person that came and did the estimate. So when you close out the job, it's full circle. Like customers should never know you aside from who you are on the phone or if you do a job visit. I mean, you got to get comfortable with giving people the keys.
Right.
Which you already are. I mean, you're already working toward that, but it's just putting it into place.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I want to get where you're at here.
Yeah.
We have I think we got a great business that we can, create here as well, man. And I want to take this to the next level. In our area, we're a city of about 300,000 people. There's only one big, there's a couple other big companies, but there's only one big interior exterior company, and then a lot of small businesses.
Yeah,
so
little
we're
guys.
trying to build that reputable business.
How many reviews do you have on Google?
Let me see. I don't know off the top of my head. Look it up. I think. Eight.
8?
We have 8.
That's it?
That is it.
Bro.
We got to get more, man.
That's got to be like the biggest focus of your life. 8? I bet what town are you in?
We are in Kennewick, Washington.
What's it called?
Kennewick?
Hennewick? Henn?
No, Ke.
Oh, Kennewick.
Yeah.
Kennewick, Washington painters. See what happens here. Okay. Bro, I'm looking at is the big company Smile a Mile?
Yeah.
They're the big ones?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at your results here, bro. And number 1, you're not even in the rankings. So you need a Google guy ASAP, bro. I mean, you're missing out on major money here. But the reason I did this was, I mean, your closest competitor, your goal should be to get 36 reviews. No, 37. You get 37 reviews, you're the number 2 highest rated company in your area. And and then you set your sights on getting 100 and you blow them out of the way. Smile and mile. You know, it's a really interesting name for a painting company. But that's what I'm saying. It's like when you got to know that Google still is the number one traffic source for finding contractors. It always will be. I think that it's just a go-to. I mean, these lead generation companies piggyback off of Google. Home Advisor is essentially just they just put a thing at the top, and then people go to Home Advisor from Google. So it's like, bro, this is money that's just falling out of your pockets by not being listed on here on the map pack. So. Yeah, so here's how you get reviews. Quick little tutorial. All right, ready? So when you ask somebody and not say, hey, if you have a moment, don't do this. Hey, if you have a moment, can you go on Google, leave us a review? Don't ever do that, okay? They'll never do it. So you have to make it an open-ended question. Hey, if we did a great job for you, would you mind taking 5 minutes to go on Google and leave us a review? And then they'll say yes, because nobody wants to be like they don't want to say no. And then you got to make it easy by providing them a link. So text them your Google page link. Done. I mean, that's it. And then I've seen my reviews skyrocket, and I just do it every time. Hey, if we did a great job, do you mind leaving us a review? Yeah, sure. Okay, here's the link. It'll take you 3 seconds. And if you make it easy, they'll do it. Think about you. If somebody asks me to do a review and doesn't send me a link, chances of me doing the review go down to like 1%. And that's what's happening. You're a phenomenal company and no one knows it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know, you have no one knows it. If I just moved, if I just moved to Kennewick, Washington, right? My wife's like, we need to paint the house. Okay. I'd be missing out on you, bro, because you're a great guy. Mm-hmm. I would probably love doing work with you. I'd be missing out because I'd definitely be calling probably Belza. They got a good rating. Probably Belza, remodeling and painting homes, straight 5 stars. Then I'd look at websites, I'd narrow it down. And then of course I'd probably call Smile a Mile, see what they say, but that's my 3. Mm-hmm. Done. I mean, who else? I'm not going to go through more than 3. I got more trades to figure out. I got to get a flooring guy. I'm not going to sit here and put together a book report on 10 different painting companies. So you need to be in the ball game. And Painting Bees is a really cool name. I definitely call you guys based off of that name, but no one knows who you are. No one can find you, bro. So let's solve that problem too while we're at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I got 100. I got 100 5 stars on Google and 177 on Home Advisor. So it's like when you have that reputation, some of the selling's already done. Bro.
Yeah, exactly. Cool.
Let's get after
awesome.
it.
Awesome, man. Yeah, this is exciting. This is good. Some good info, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. I'm here to help, bro. Always. Sometimes I come a little hard, but I really want you to be successful, dude.
I mean, that's how it is, man. It's the only way to be successful.
Sometimes you need somebody to look from the outside in and say, hey, these are some things that you're missing. Get after it, bro. You have the tools. It's just a matter of putting them to use.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. We good?
Awesome, man. Yeah, I got myself some good notes. We're definitely gonna take this back to the huddle. We're gonna definitely talk about this, man. We gotta get into.
Hey, I just want to take a second to thank you for joining me here on the Contractor Secrets podcast. I'm just going to take this opportunity to let you know that my passion is coaching people, helping people. I've changed my Instagram name to @contractorcoach. And I did that because that is my passion. I want to help you. So please reach out to me. If you have an issue going on in your business, send me an email. Find me on Instagram, message me, and let's do a breakthrough session. I want to work through your problems in your business to help you get to that next level. And one thing that I always say is this, the difference between those that get over the humps and the hurdles in business is just a change in perspective. And that's what I plan to offer you. So get with me, message me, allow me to help you take your business to the next level.